Hello YouTube, it's me again. Yes, I'm not in digital form, I'm in fleshy form. Please just, let me tilt my camera up here. Please excuse the, messed up hair. I've just been lazy today, just taking it easy. Kind of like I always do, but, in more of a, lazy-ish kind of way. So, Falagar517 has wanted me to do this video for a very long time, and I have been putting it off because I've been trying to think about how am I going to do this, what am I going to speak about, and I hope people are interested. So, here goes. I'm going to be doing a Titanic review, both of the movie and then historical facts and how I feel about it. So, what I thought of the movie. I wish I had like a Blu-ray box set to show you guys. If anybody has one out there and just wants to send it to me, I definitely would thank you for it. I'd be like the happiest person in the world. But getting past that, I saw the movie when I was very little. And at the time, I didn't understand much about it. It was just like, ship, people, ship sinks. I didn't think too much about it. But as I got older, they would show the movie like every year, towards the end of the year. And then I started developing a fascination for it. And then that fascination turned into kind of obsession after a while. And I guess you can say I am obsessed over the Titanic. And then I bought the movie one time, lost it, and then for one Christmas my parents got me this little collector's edition kind of thing with the movie in it, a little bit of film from the original whatchamacallit, the film roll from the movie, but all that got lost over time, which sucked. But about the movie, I need to get back on track, don't I? About the movie, I love the way James Cameron did this movie. James Cameron is an awesome director. He's directed Titanic, Avatar, just to name two that I know off the top of my head because I'm trying to sound smart. You can tell James Cameron's work out of everything else. Just like you can tell George Lucas and what's that other guy? I can't remember his name, but anywho, I loved the movie. I loved Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet in it. Oh my God, great, great, great. Two leading actor and actress. I couldn't think of anybody else that would actually fit into that part, so they did a really, really good job. And I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't like Leo DiCaprio in that role, but I can't see anybody else that would actually be perfect for that role. I'm not saying that I like everything Leo DiCaprio does, and I'm not saying I like everything that Kate Winslet does. I'm saying they did really good in this movie, and no one else could have filled that role. And here's one thing I think you guys will actually find fascinating, or at least I did, about the movie. The scene where the ship is sinking is they actually filmed it in a nuclear reactor tower. They filled it up with water, and they just filmed it in there, and I thought that was cool. And when I found that fact out, I was like, oh my God, that is awesome. I mean, something on that scale. I want to know how big the ship was, or was that CGI, or what? If you know, please post a comment down below. I love all Titanic facts, so please do it. And let's see, another cool fact about the movie, or at least one thing I liked about the movie. There's a couple things in the movie, like the scene where Jack is showing Rose his drawings. The guy that walks by, and Rose has the picture of the nude woman, and she like folds it over so the guy won't see. I think his clothes change or something. Like a second later, watch him as he walks by. His clothes or his hat changes, or the trench coat is gone. That's also another cool thing for you guys to look out for in the movie the next time you watch it. I know one of my other friends, Ruth. She actually has a channel on here. She's one of my subs, and I'm also a sub to her. Falagar517 is a sub to her. And me and Ruth, we both love Titanic. Pretty much for the same reasons, except she doesn't want to go underwater and see it like I do. I want to be able to see the Titanic before I die. That's just like one of my dreams to do. And I've talked to a lot of people before, and they're like, why do you want to see the ship? It's underwater, it's sunk. I mean, what's the point? The point is, I want to go down there, I want to be able to see it with my own eyes, and I want to be able to pay my respects to those people that died. Let's get past the movie here and I might be rushing this, but I really want to talk about historical facts because I know a lot of historical facts about the movie. So I want to show you guys this. This right here is the 100th anniversary, as you can see right there, 1 century later, the 100th anniversary of the Titanic sinking, and Life, right here, the logo is not a sponsored video, by the way, Live, so don't sue me. They published this, and there's the front, as you can see, nice artwork of the ship sinking there. And we got the people in the rowboats over here, and there's people down there, and there's the back. And if I believe I have the name right, that's the bow underwater. And I believe that a team put a plaque there saying that I think nobody was going to mess with it or something, or offering their respects. I mean, look at that. It's ghostly. It kind of gives you the chills, but for me, it's like, that's awesome. I would love to be able to go into a submarine and just be able to like glide over the ship. That's awesome. That would just be like the best thing in the world, the best kind of present I could ask for. So let's see. This right here is the last known picture that's the last picture ever taken of the Titanic from land. That's the last time she was ever seen. Above water, at least. Okay, and I want to share this. I'll do 5 facts with you guys, 5 of them. And please be sure to tell these to your friends. They might be like, "Oh wow, that's awesome." First fact, and I'll show you this picture again. As you can see, fact number 1. As you can see, the Titanic has 4 smokestacks. The first 3 you see smoke coming out of. The 4th one, and I'll put it up closer, you do not. And you may be asking yourselves, why is that? Did they not light, or did they do something weird to the 4th one? No, they didn't. And this is why. The White Star Line was in competition with other shipping lines, or with other companies throughout the world at that time. And the White Star Line wanted the biggest ship, the fastest ship, the most luxurious ship, and they built the Titanic. And when they were doing smokestacks, they were thinking, all the other ships in the world, they have 3. Let's do 4. But they didn't really need the 4th smokestack to actually work. So what did they do? They built it as a fake. It was hollow, and there was a ladder going up through the smokestack that the crew could actually go through. And the crew, the people that would shovel the coal, as you see in the movie, those people were not to be seen, not even by the lowest class of passengers, not even by E-class or E-deck. Sorry. They were not to be seen, so they were supposed to keep the ship running, not to be seen or heard. That was their role. And let's see, fact number 2. I've got a lot of facts that I'm trying to go through my head, and I'm trying to decide which ones that I think you guys would find interesting here. So let me see, looking through my book here, see if maybe something will jar my memory. Oh, here's going. Fact number 2. In the movie, and this is just a historical fact, but I'm just trying to give references from history to the movie. When you see the people going in the lifeboats, and the guy gives the order, women and children only. In history, when that happened, there was a lot of guys, a lot of men going on this ship, and a lot of them survived because they would push the women out of the way, and they would get on there, or they would sneak, they would disguise themselves, wrap something around their heads so they could get on this ship. And in my opinion, that's cowardly. You need to let the women and children go first, and if there's room, you can go. And yes, I know the water was freezing cold, but come on. Why not let your children survive? You've had your time. Let your children live. I mean, come on. How many people are actually going to let their children die just to save their own lives? There's probably sick people out there, but I mean, yeah. So fact number 3. Let's see. The diamond, le cœur de la mer, the heart of the ocean. And in the movie, they say that Louis the 16th had a diamond cut into the shape of a heart. Now, that part is true, but there was no diamond like that on the ship. There was a woman, and there was a woman on the ship, and I can't, her name escapes me, but she had a big diamond. So there was a diamond on the ship, it just wasn't like that. James Cameron found that out, and he inputted that into the romance of the story of Leo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. Now, and they don't show this in the movie, but let's see, is this, yep, I'll show this right here. We got a gymnasium right there. and they don't show that in the movie as far as I know. They might have put it somewhere in the background, but there was a gymnasium. I mean, it was a luxury liner. You had gymnasiums, you had pools, you had overhangs where you could look at the ocean and stuff. It was a luxurious ship. And as I was talking about the crew, this is what their workstations look like. That was it. I mean, you can see right there, that's not the most luxurious thing. It was downright awful, I will say, because they had to stay down there with all that heat. And let's see, the blast doors. Wait, no, I don't want to do the blast doors. I think this is fact number 4. I think it's fact number 4. The way the Titanic was designed, they were more concerned about her hitting something head on. Take an iceberg, for instance. They were concerned about her hitting something head on, so the front of the ship was really strong. They made it really, really, really strong. But the sides, they weren't as strong as the front of the ship, that point. So they didn't really concern themselves about it. And they actually went in and did a study and said that if Titanic had hit the iceberg head on, she wouldn't have sunk. There might have been a little trouble, but she wouldn't have sunk. But what she did was, and you see this in the movie, and you might have heard this, she went alongside and just scraped that iceberg. I mean, that iceberg was like a knife, just cut right into her side. And I have a picture here of, it's an illustration of the Titanic sinking. As you can see, this space right here is a space occupied by the boilers. I mean, look at that. That's a majority of the ship. That's over half of the ship. And we've got space occupied by the turbines and engines, which is right there. So look at all the space by the boilers, which is that, and just the little bits of turbines. I mean, I forget his name. Not Mr. Andrews. It's that other guy, the guy in the movie. I forget his name, but he ordered more speed. They actually did that. That guy actually existed, and he actually did that because they wanted to get to the U.S. fast. They said, okay, they already know Titanic is luxurious. They already know that it's big. Let them know how fast she is. So, speed mixed with ice, it just does not work out. It's just not one of those combinations. Now, see, I did watch a Vsauce video recently. If you don't know who Vsauce is, type it up there, right up there in your YouTube search bar. He does a lot of informative videos, and I like a lot of his stuff, and I also use some of the facts that he says with my friends. It just amaze him and stuff. And he made a comment about the Titanic, saying that the environment that night, the temperature and stuff, if there was a ship nearby, they might not have seen Titanic's flares. And I disagree with that. No offense to Vsauce, but I disagree with that. There was a ship, she was about 4 hours away, or 4+ hours away. So by the time she got there, the Titanic had already sunk, and the people in the lifeboats had been sitting there for hours, freezing cold. So, no offense to you, Vsauce. I respect you and stuff. I just wanted to address that. And if I got anything wrong there, I do apologize. Let's see. And I'll do one more historical fact here if I can get it going out. Oh, okay, this isn't historical, but this is a fact. The bacteria that are on the ship or is in the water is eating away at the ship. I don't know how many more years it will be here. I guarantee it'll be here at least maybe 50 more years. I'm not a scientist, but yeah. So, if any of you ever have the opportunity to see the ship or to visit the Titanic Museum up in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, I recommend you do that, because you will not have an experience like that. Up in that museum, you get like a passport or a ticket with somebody's name on it who actually died or lived on the ship, and you don't know if the person you're walking through has died or lived until the very end. And you go to, I think, a wall or something, and they have names and stuff. But the thing I want to do is they had this water. That was actually the temperature that night, and you can touch it, and you can just feel. You could probably get a little bit of an understanding how those people felt that were in that water, that were slowly dying. Now, I do want to address this one comment, and this comes up a lot. The line that Leo DiCaprio's well, you know, in the movie where she lets go of Leo DiCaprio. A lot of people say, "Oh, she let go. She broke her promise." Now, that wasn't the promise. If you go back earlier in the movie, Leo promised her to never let go, meaning she was going to grow old, she was going to have children, and she was going to be an old woman. She was going to live her life. He meant never let go of that promise. And a lot of people just see her let go in the movie and they just say, "Oh, she let go, she went back on her promise." And that's not the case. She did not let go of that promise. She lived her life, she had children, and she grew old, and she died old. And at the end of the movie, she's with Jack again. So she had a really awesome life. So a lot of people like to take that out of context. So now that you guys know that, you know, maybe you can just correct a couple of people because, yeah, because it kind of gets aggravating to me. And I'm trying not to make this too long, but I just want you guys to know how passionate I am about the Titanic. I've had people in the past, they try to talk trash about it, and I get defensive because I really do love the Titanic, and I really do feel for the people that died on that night, and people that survived and people that lost people. I mean, come on. And you talk trash about that, I find that very offensive and rude. Yes, it happened over 100 years ago, but you should not be talking trash about the dead, especially people like that. So, I hope you guys liked this review. Falagirl517, I know you've been wanting me to do this video forever, and here it is. If you guys want a part 2, if you want anything else similar to this, please let me know. Leave comments down below. Please watch my other videos, my gaming videos. If you want me to do more like webcam videos like this, just let me know. Leave a comment down below. And I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.